You're watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini and Ross Kinsey.
We like the idea of the target.
As far as the ACAC title is concerned, it's a big game because the winner's in the driver's seat.
We like to score, and we have to score fast.
When we have the ball, we've got to score. And we got to make big plays all night long.
This is probably the biggest game for the ACAC title.
Come out, play our game, and hopefully try to knock them off.
You know, any week we can be knocked off, and we don't want to be knocked off.
Like an order of eggs, sunny side up, we're just about half done. Week 5 of the high school football season, which means after tonight, only 4 excellent weeks of regular season football before we hit the postseason.
And breakfast sounds good. In the SAC, teams try not to crack under the pressure as a forfeit shakes up the conference race. In the NHC, Homestead looking to stay atop the league standings after a trip to Decatur.
But first, many questions in the ACAC. Question 1. Why is it called the Allen County Athletic Conference if only 3 of the 7 teams are located in Allen County? Good question. Question 2, who's the team to beat in the conference? 4-0 Leo or 4-0 South Adams? Lions at the Starfires. It is your highlight zone game of the week. Both these teams coming in ranked. Leo number 10 in 4A. South Adams number 5 in 1A. Early first quarter. Ryan Leiter of Leo going big fly to Gage corner, and 69 yards later, it's a 7-zip Leo lead. You know Coach Arnold didn't like that. Now the Starfires fumble, and then just a few plays later, it's Trevon Carr with a touchdown, 14-zip Leo. Less than 2 minutes into the first quarter. Can't do that if you're South Adams. The D would start to crank up, though. This is Sam Dellinger bringing down Leiter and South Adams. Feeling good about the defense at that point. And in the second quarter, though, special teams not special enough. Good play here to kick it out instead of getting a touchdown, but it is a safety. It makes it 16-zip Leo at the break. Early third quarter, Leiter hooking up with his favorite target. We're talking Gage corner. He slices across the field for a 49-yard touchdown, and it's 23-zip Leo down in Bern. But how about this? Dustin Water looking for his favorite receiver, Nick Batt. 33 yards for a touchdown, but the PAT was blocked to make it 23-6. We head into the fourth. Carr, short touchdown. He had 139 yards, a pair of TDs, and Leo right now still undefeated, 5-0 after they win this one, 30-6.
We lost our cool a little bit after the end of the first half, and we clicked on the start, but then things started to fall apart. We faced some adversity, but we picked it together up at halftime, and we came out firing in the second half.
I thought our defense was great tonight. Okay, our defense, you know, what I'm saying is offensively, it was a sloppy game. Defensively, it was outstanding from our viewpoint. So, you know, offensively, we just got to do a better job. You know, we need to go forward instead of backwards on our drives.
Leo at Heritage next week. South Adams traveling to Adams Central.
And speaking of the Jets, Adams Central ranked 14th in this week's 1A poll. The Jets hosting Heritage on the opening drive. Heritage forced the punt here. Adams Central, it's biffed right there. That's Blake Dawson.
Is that a technical term?
That's a biffed. That's a football technical term. Write it down. Next play after that, though, Will Kanapke. That's not biffed. That's just fumbled, recovered by Will Schultz as the AC cheerleaders. Pretty happy about that. Heritage, though, would finally break the scoring open. Connor Sheehan connects with Kanapke as Heritage goes on to the win, 20-13 the final.
You know, Garrett has sort of sneaked under the radar. The Fricky Express coming in 4-0, hosting Bluffton. Third quarter, actually Bluffton up 14-7, but on the first possession of the second half for Garrett, it's Braden Moreau. This kid can do it all. He takes it himself for 44 yards. That's a touchdown, and yeah, early third, we're tied at 14. Still in the third, Todd Fricky. All this guy does is score touchdowns. 75 yards for Mr. Fricky, had 227 yards, 4 touchdowns on the game, and it's 23-14 Garrett midway through the third. In the fourth, Bluffton connects. Ryan McCarthy to Patrick Steckbeck for the score, 21-21, but Fricky, who else, takes over, gets the touchdown here from 14 yards out. Garrett still undefeated, like them Railroaders, 35-27.
Final stop of the ACAC, Woodland and Prairie Heights. The Warriors going out of conference, looking for win number 1. Pick it up in the first quarter. Prairie Heights adding to its 3-0 lead. Woody Rehop to Joey Berry. Yeah, that's 60-plus yards all the way to the house as the Panthers were in command early, but back comes Woodland. Brock Hines to a streaking TJ Sewell all the way down the sideline. He scores. This one, Woodland picks up the first win in a big way. 69-33 the final.
Congratulations to friend of the show, Coach Haydock. We move over to the SAC as things shaken up a bit earlier this week. On Tuesday, Bishop Luers forfeiting their 53-0 win over Southside in Week 3. The Knights using a reserve player in the fourth quarter that they thought was academically eligible, and it turns out he was not. So the SAC race, even more interesting, after a bye week. Luers back on the field against Wayne, and they would, well, not waste too long. Luers' second play from scrimmage. This is Jaquale Cooper going down the sideline for a 39-yard score, and just like that, it's 7-zip Luers. Third and long for Wayne here. Check out Everett Green in the back. Practically had the handoff right there. Luers defense cracking down. That would force a punt. And then on the ensuing possession, James Kanapke, he's going to Bowling Green, hits Michael Rogers for an 8-yard touchdown, 14-zip. We're less than halfway through the first quarter. Watch the ball here. Tyvell Jemison. On the interception for Luers, he would take it all the way back for a touchdown. This one was 35-0 after the first quarter, 56-6 at half. The final, 56-12. Luers bouncing back after that forfeit earlier in the week.
That situation was unfortunate, but we moved on. We wanted to bounce back, a little bit of adversity, see how we handle it. We just came out here, wanted to execute offense. I thought we did a great job. Defense came out flying around, giving us great field position. I think we handled it pretty well.
Well, it's 1 week at a time, and and the SAC's right there in front of us too. So all we're going to worry about right now is Concordia. So yeah, they focused. And maybe it got their attention. I hate to say that. It's not the greatest way to do it, but they responded very well.
Luers host Concordia next week. Wayne at Dwenger.
With Luers' forfeit, Northside came into the night the only undefeated team in the SAC as the Redskins step out of conference at Mishawaka. First quarter, the Cavemen up 3-0. Northside C.J. Jackson keeps himself, picks up some good yardage. Later in the drive, Jackson connects with Carrington Eaton as the Redskins grab the 6-3 lead after the PAT was no good. But on the ensuing kickoff, when you say that, it's not good for the kicking team. That's Danny Eggleston of Mishawaka going 88 yards for the touchdown. Mishawaka was up 10-6 at that point. The Cavemen would recover the ensuing kickoff of that. 4 plays later, Kerry Burning plunges in. Northside falls for the first time this season, 45-28 final.
Those Cavemen are such Neanderthals. Back here in Fort Wayne, Snyder at Concordia. Apparently nobody wore a shirt despite the fact that it was quite nippy outside. John Nelson for Snyder. First quarter, he goes 47 yards for the score. Panthers take a 7-0 lead. See, nobody wore shirts. I don't know what that's all about. Tanner Spencer, though, for Concordia. He goes deep, and he would find Will Air McNair for a 31-yard gain and a nice first down for the Cadets. Michael Hicks would do the rest on this drive. Watch the big guy bounce to the outside. He would have a 26-yard score here to tie it at 7, but Snyder would break away, and so would Mr. Nelson. This one goes 58 yards to the house. Nelson, 231 yards, 4 touchdowns as Snyder beats Concordia 43-14.
Last stop in the SAC tonight, Southside at Northrop. Northrop's girls track team, the state champions, honored at the half. They have 9 state titles. That's pretty good. Northrop up 14-7 at the half. Bruins D in the third. Jarrell Holman picks off Donovan Clark as Northrop was clinging to the lead. A dogfight until the final minute. Southside's Tim Gaines barrels in for the score, ties the game at 14, 56 seconds left. But check out Northrop. They pull the surprise. They run the ball with under a minute left, and it's Kalen Adams racing 65 yards. That's your game winner, folks, as Northrop picks up their first win of the season, 21-14 the final.
Gotta feel good for Coach Martone and those guys. Well, what you didn't see in those SAC highlights were any Dwenger highlights. That's because you're going to see them tomorrow as the Saints hosting Indianapolis Cathedral in a rare Saturday night showdown.
But we've got plenty more football to show you tonight. Big games in the NHC, Homestead at Belmont, Carroll at East Noble. Those games and more coming up next in The Zone.